5 years ago, after my son had really severe vaccination injury, we've had a really big speculation that maybe he had hidden mold and hidden Lyme disease. So, with those two diagnoses, there's not regular blood work hardly that will ever pick it up. So, I'm driving 3.5 hours out to see this practitioner that was going to do this frequency scan for him to see if they could pick up this frequency of different types of, pathogens. So I just heard that I need to listen to this book called The Emotion Code. And I'm like, what is the emotion code? So I download this book and I start reading the book, The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. If any of you guys have never read this, it's incredible, spectacular work. So then I got to this practitioner's office and she said, oh yeah, da da da, my daughter's a body code practitioner. And I was like, I don't even know these people. Are you serious? And she's like, yeah, it's incredible. So I go home and I find a practitioner that's trying to get certified. And I had chronic foot pain of about 2.5 years. Every morning when I would wake up, you guys, I felt like my feet had been smashed with a baseball bat. They hurt that bad. And I just thought, oh, this is inflammation and Lyme. So they have this chart of 60 emotions, and she was muscle testing my body using kinesiology, working all with the subconscious. This is everything in the subconscious, which is kind of like computer files. So if you walk in and there's a bomb that goes off, your subconscious is recording what you saw, what you heard, what you tasted, what you smelled, and it's put like little folders, like little computer files. So anytime you hear that noise again, right, all that trauma comes up. So what happened was she starts digging in, and there's all these trapped emotions that happened probably 5 or 6 years prior in this pretty abusive job that I had. Okay, so she's just releasing panic, terror, hatred. It was all kinds of different things. You guys, I got up and literally 15 minutes later, my chronic foot pain was gone, like gone. And this is after I'd prayed and begged and all the things. So, for you guys who don't know this, my name's Susan Cameron. I started this business about 6 months ago under Susan Frank. And I was brought into this business because of all of my chronic autoimmune issues, thinking that there was no help whatsoever for me. And I found this company and I started sharing these products. And that's, the way that a lot of us get here. So I want you guys to experience this if you can, or if you're open to it, because there's all kinds of emotions and traumas that are really blocking you from pure abundance and bliss and living the life of your dreams. So I know that it can happen and I know that it's possible for all of us. And I think it's no accident. There's so many of us here that are in alignment with these kind of things. And if you're not in alignment, it may be that you haven't experienced it or whatever. So part of my journey was I became bulimic at 12. And I was bulimic through the age of 37. I was saved at 5. I was resaved at 17. I rededicated my life again to Christ at 22, and I was still bulimic. I would beg and cry and pray with God, please take this, please take this, please take this. So if it kind of makes you nervous, are they connected to God? I love Jesus. Every day I love Jesus, but Jesus showed me there's more to this than the human psyche, than what you guys are, what you even have a clue. So that's what brought us to this full circle. My son's now the 1% that's considered regress from autism, so we celebrate that and praise God for that. So we have a complex medical journey, but right, we're seeing the light. He's pain free for the first time in 8.5 years from these products. So life can change and miracles can happen. So that is what we're here today to talk about. Is we're going to use a couple of people as a surrogate. So if you want to raise your hand later and maybe we call on you, we're going to come for you as I'm okay, and it'll just kind of clear as a group. There's also some foundational things that we all need to be balanced, like salt mixes, vitamin B's, vitamin C's, yeast mixes, all kinds of things like that. And we're going to balance the body to all of those. So I'm really curious, all of you guys who are part of this group, let me know how you are in like 3 days. Like if you have weird stuff, you know what I mean? If you have allergies or who knows what it's really going to do. But some people get incredible results after this first type of foundational clearing. If you want any of your children to be part of this group and they're under the age of 16, you can put their names in the chat and we can include them as well. If they're over 16, really they have free will, they have the option. You can ask if their higher self wants to be part of this. And if they do, hey, that's beautiful as well. Okay. So
You're glitching, darling.
would you like to I'm just gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna go ahead and let you. All right. Shannon said Dina. Okay, Dina, that's probably for that. Okay. And okay, go ahead and dive in, Stephanie. I'm gonna figure out my internet.
Yes, okay. So Barb, you can let everybody in, right, darling? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to start off on a positive note, because really, guys, even though it is compliance and it involves a Federal Trade Commission, this is something I'm sharing straight from corporate. I've just done some screen snaps. I sat through the hour presentation. We are supposed to be having access to every single slide in the presentation. If in fact you missed it, it was Wednesday night. So I have just taken some of the most important screen snaps to capture some of the vocabulary, because I want to know what it is I need to be saying, as well as, okay, so I'm going to have to retrain my brain a little bit, because for 6 months, nonstop, day and night, I have been posting. I've been copying and pasting other people's posts. And now the great news is, because we are becoming so successful, and we have our own testimonials, and we can't make claims that you can actually heal or resolve certain situations. This is happening. So the word's getting out. So this company is getting raised up and elevated. And now the FTC, who's in theory created and designed to look out for the consumer and fraudulent claims, we are now getting on their radar, and the company wants to preserve and protect its 100-year legacy as we're starting to live and develop that. What I want to show you is, if you see on my screen, this is beautiful. The company has developed something that we can say, we can post, we can share. Please jot this down: share.partner.co. You must go to the site to be successful, because when you enter the password share, all small letter, okay, you are going to get this stunning cornucopia of beautiful social media, logos.
This is what I do.
Okay, all of that.
This is a Zoom training. We have them every day.
Barb.
These are all these different people that do these drops.
Yep.
Company. These people make 7 figures a year. I'm not
Some
lying.
of them do. Some of them do.
That's right.
Anyway,
That's
They show
right.
you their paychecks like on here. You see it.
no.
Okay, so I muted everybody, so if you'll just unmute Steph.
Mute.
You
Thank
look
you.
pretty.
Very much. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, so please go to share.partner.co, use the password share, get in. These are all the things that we can do, we can use, we can post at some point every day at 9 and 3. You are still to be following in boards the actual campaign for social media. Dive into this. It is stunning and very impressive. Okay, here is what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to go ahead and just share some of the information that I got specifically from the presentation. Okay, so let me go ahead and hit present. These are our values, you guys. If you don't know what they are, I'm not saying you have to memorize them. We're not going to have a quiz or a test. Please be aware. I think not only are they beautiful and they feel really good, it is important to understand that this is what Partner Co embodies, and every decision and everything we put out into the world is going to involve all of this. Okay. They did start off by saying, in terms of income claims, everybody is making a different level of money, and everyone does have the ability or opportunity to really make, expand, a lot of actual money. Now, if you are going to post in any way and put that out there on any of the platforms, it's very important that you protect your business by staying compliant. The one, of course, that jumps out to me the most, which is obvious and silly, but on the right side of the column, the second bullet, check out how fat my bank account is now, okay? Or because of partner.co, I'm living this sweet life in the amazing house. That may really be true for your reality. Do not post that in text or record a video or put that out there, okay? They're going to give some examples of what we can say. Words to avoid when making, again, this is tied to income claims, not product claims. We're going to go through and give some words that you can specifically say about product claims. Oh, it's easy, it's free, it's simple. Hey, get rich quick. As I said, that's somewhat kind of a little bit gross. You don't get rich quick. You invest your time, you invest your energy, you build your team. This is not what we would call quick. It's an investment, it's a choice. It is very rewarding. It can be exponential, but we also do not want to talk about passive income. Okay, here's some words. Can everybody see this? Is this clear for you? I just screen snapped it from corporate. I'm hoping you guys can read this. If not, we can post at some point. Susan Frank, they're supposed to be allowing everyone to have access to the actual formal presentation. Again, back to the income disclosure thing. This is literally their income disclosure. If you are going to say anything about your income, you need to include this on that post. That will cover you and it will cover the company. I'm going to jump ahead. Regarding income claims, just remember, present business in a proper way, be truthful. Again, truthful, there's a lot of wiggle room in that in terms of what we're sharing. We're going to specifically talk about that. Don't imply that there's guaranteed success. Again, success is what you put in, what's your investment? Do you reach out to your upline? Do you call us and ask us to present the presentation? All of those things matter. And that involves hard work and dedication, okay? I'm going to jump ahead to 9, then go back. The last thing about staying compliant with regards to income is you can say these things. We discussed what not to say. You can talk about a title you've reached. Ask me how. You can talk about making extra income. You're not putting specific dollar values with that, okay? Now, if you're having a private conversation with someone and you choose to disclose your actual income or commission that week or whatever, that's certainly okay, but just don't get out there and post it for everyone to see because people are now watching because we are successful. Okay. With regards to the drops, I'm just really going to focus on this. I have the slides of everything else. I'm going to focus on what to say. I just started advertising locally in a group called Alignable. And as I was creating and crafting my advertising ad, I literally just looked at the left side of the screen. The company says we can say this. So I pulled out a number of bullet points. These are all great ways to market our product and to share what we know the product can do. So here, take a moment, screen snap this, save this, so that you can now just start repeating what we can say. We'll take about 45 seconds to talk about not to say the right side of the screen, okay? We actually cannot be comparing a screen snap of Ozempic. I know that one does exist in our 30-day social campaign in which there's a shot of Ozempic and there's GLP information and all this. And then there is on the right side, our product. They probably will pull that. I'm going to go back on mine and just pull that one off because now the top of the thing is don't make any reference to the weight loss drugs. We don't need to compare ourselves to them and we don't need to do a side by side. That third bullet was like, ooh, I've definitely talked about reducing inflammation in some of the texts. So just be aware from an informed consent standpoint, no longer can we say this because what's going to happen is we're going to start to get flagged on some of our posts. I'll tell you exactly what that's going to involve, just so you're aware if you get a corporate email, how you can handle this and get on with it. These are just some things of what not to say and then what to say. I'm not going to read all of this. The important thing is that you know what you can say. You can go to the sharepartner.co website and have tons of information. Say this, all of these slides have what to say about these products, and certainly, most importantly, what to post and commit to hard copy print, okay? So this just runs through, it was a beautiful run through. We all have our favorite products. And again, you can have access to this. Here's the next
And-
step. Don't, yes?
I was just gonna say, go back to that real quick, Steph. That's amazing. Everybody always wants to know what the products do. These screens are incredible. There you go. You want to know how these work? There you go. There's your quick screenshot, bullet points of what they do. You don't need to go spend hours training yourself. Right here it is. Thank you.
You're welcome. Perfect point. Just start to wrap your brains around these bullet points. Okay, next steps. Come Monday, you may start to receive in your email, I think it's email versus a text, some kind of correction from corporate, okay? Then 5 days later, you will get a second reminder. What they said is going to happen is AI is going to go through and it's going to start looking. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to look at every single brand partner's posts throughout your entire posting. Important thing is, if you get an email, go back and pay attention and either edit your post or remove it. In some cases, we've just copied and pasted posts. We've been told, hey, share this. But if some of the post says something about, I'm thinking, because mine do, reduce inflammation, corporate might be reaching out to me saying, hey, Steph. So then I'm probably just going to go down and take down that full post. The next step's on November 5th, okay? They're going to give everybody kind of an acclamation. November 5th, first reminder. So pay attention and be aware and look for it. Second reminder, 5 days later. Third reminder, if you're missing the boat on this, they are going to protect the integrity of the company, start to put your commissions on hold until your post is updated. So be aware going forward, use this information of what to post. If you get a notification, go back. You may find some value in going back this weekend and just starting to look and pulling some posts specifically around any kind of income claims. That'd be my suggestion. If you have made any kind of income claims, just go back and just look at it. If it doesn't comply or you don't put the disclaimer on, my suggestion is to pull it. You do you. It's your business. We're all adults. We all want to succeed and be successful. Does anybody have any questions about this?
I just have a statement or a comment. In a personal testimony of my own, I don't have inflammation. So, I mean, I'm just being honest. I think we should be able to be honest about what our results have been.
They said we absolutely can be honest about your personal results. I even posted my cholesterol markers that now that I'm in range. They said you can absolutely do your own testimony. Be careful how you word it. Did you know exactly what you said?
No, I've
Okay,
done a
okay.
zillion.
Okay, so that's a great thing. I'm going to follow up on the reduces inflammation because we throw that term around a lot, and I certainly have seen my gut, the inflammation go down too. So I'll reach out and maybe I might need the pull of you, Susan Frank, to get the answer. But what is it that we can say relative to our personal testimonies about reducing inflammation? For some people, it's in their feet, it's in their legs, it's in their face. So I think that would be a good one to have some clarification on, Cheryl. I love that.
You know, the other thing, Stephanie, is, on the Circle of Health site, there's a whole lot of stuff. Are they going to be taking all that down?
I would think Dr. Crystal, since she's the administrator and, in charge of that partner.co has said something to her. Because that's just my assumption. It's not my site, but yeah, they want us to be compliant. And they even said how, like holding up the check, like when Susan was on stage and other people, they talked about this at corporate. And Katie said what they did was, if you look at it, you'll see the person holding the check, but the information of the amounts, because they can't guarantee that you're going to get $10,000 in your bank account and get the money from partner.co. So they said they blurred that out or covered that up because they're very clear on the income. They can't promise or guarantee income stuff.
But those, I'm sorry, but those persons who did that actually got $10,000, correct?
Correct. They as a company are choosing though not to just to blur it out. They'll show that you can, and we can share people with that. Like, let's say, for instance, if Susan Cameron wanted to post that, then put the income disclosure statement along with that. That's the truth. That's Susan's reality. That's what she got. Put the income disclosure statement on that post.
Yeah, I'm a First Amendment girl, so, I just feel like if there's truth in what we're doing, we need to be able to say it.
Absolutely. I don't think it would be disputed now, though, that the FTC is kind of looking at us. We're getting more successful. Our visibility's coming up. And we all know firsthand the healings, the health resolvings that we've had, right? So now it's starting to roll up to a higher level of visibility. And the company wants us to be in compliance with us. So they're going to walk the line between, yes, First Amendment, truth, free speech, and protecting the company. We can do both. I think it's a both and.
What about in our comments when we comment on, the boost or something? Do we have to watch kind of what we say there? Look at this weight loss. Look at the pictures here. You see this weight loss. No more high blood pressure. I mean, do we have to watch that also?
You mean when you personally comment back on someone's post?
Correct. Yeah, when you're seeing the blood pressure being lowered and, reducing medication. Can we comment on that, or kind of do we not touch that base?
For now, I wouldn't touch it, but if it's your personal testimony and you say, I have seen this happen in my body, you're saying that about your body, right? That is,
Okay.
to Cheryl's point, your actual literal experience, but it's not the blanket statement like I've known I've in the past. Yes, it reduces inflammation. I can't guarantee it's going to reduce inflammation in 3 people. And me, that was the experience. So I'll get a little more clarification, but if that's your reality, own your reality, but tie it directly back to you, not, oh, as if it's open for everyone. Which they did bring up the one Noni. There is tons of science. So they were very clear upon what we could say about Noni. And there may be studies around reducing inflammation. So the wording on those individual PowerPoint slides will support that.
Okay, it looks like we have Shannon and Walia both raising their hands. Hey, guys, welcome this morning.
Good morning. Okay, so I have
Good morning.
two quick questions. So on that one screen that said, say this, not that, and it said something about not to say women's hormone balancing. So we can't say that anymore?
If it said, let's see.
And then my other question, while you're looking for that, are all of these slides going to be available to us on the different products so we can?
Yes. Yeah, they
Okay.
have all of them.
Is-
I have a bunch of them in there.
And
So-
that's,
real quick. Yeah,
I
I'll look
saw
for that
that.
while we doing our next one.
I was
Absolutely.
trying to screenshot them really quick.
No,
but
I
they're
know.
in
And
that.
I know. I was like a maniac doing that too, but corporate
That's
said
okay.
you have access. Do you remember which
Okay.
one it was, Shannon?
Well, I think it was probably the drops, but it just said on there. Well, if I could go back to my screenshots, I might be able to tell you.
Yeah, let me share it real quick. I've got that one pulled up in terms of just so everybody can see it again. Okay, so this is what
yeah.
it said. Okay, so I'm just leaving it this size, guys. Deal with it. Okay, so this is what we can say, right? On the left side.
Right. But on the
Right,
non,
right. The
it
4th
says,
bullet down balances women's cycles and hormones. Correct.
so we
cannot
can't say that.
anymore. Correct.
It
Now,
says on the left side, it says help balance hormones, including insulin, leptin, like it tells the different ones. So it says say that. So you're good.
But-
You're good. Don't start beating your head against the wall. That's the key thing. Like what we
But
get
maybe-
paid for here is getting customers and getting brand partners. And I'm sure they're going to delve into this and we'll share it on Team Unstoppable.
Okay, so maybe just specifically don't say women's hormones.
Because
yeah, just say
men-
helps balances hormones. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
it
yeah.
goes into
Okay.
all the detail. That's
Okay,
even better.
Exactly.
Perfect. Are there any other questions? Oh, sorry. Do you have?
Yeah, for me, it was the same thing with the boards be updated because I really copy and paste from the boards.
Mhm.
What's
Yeah,
the
so like
question?
this one, I would stay away from this one for now, for sure.
What day is that? I took one out. Do you know what day it is? I'll go change
It's in the
it.
second group, Susan, so let's
Okay,
see. It's in the
no
second
problem.
group, right next to Amber's beautiful picture.
And so if we have that one posted, we should probably go back and take it out of our posts.
That's gonna be what I choose to do. You
Okay.
could see if they contact you, but I'm just gonna make that easy.
Can you
Okay.
can you screen share stuff and show us which picture you're talking about so we can flag it on our own profile?
I thought I was sharing. It's not sharing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
I
can
can
see
see
I
it.
it.
did, sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Got it.
Oh,
Thank
okay,
you.
okay. Yeah, so it's under Clark and to the right of Amber.
Okay, awesome. Any other questions in the chat that we need to address with regards to this, and then we'll move on?
I do want to, it's not necessarily a question, but what I really wanted to come in is like, this is something that's super exciting for our company because we are reaching millions. There is something super big here. So right now, this might feel like a reprimand. This might feel like a shrink. This might feel like that, but we need to recognize how beautiful, how many people's lives we're changing. And this is just a little bit of, this is how we live in the matrix. This is how the world is in these ways. And PartnerCo is protecting us so that we can continue to do this and continue to reach out. So this is an award for what we've been
Yes.
doing for our company and for the
Ooh.
world.
So as you're saying this, look, I got chills all over my body, and I'm at my mother-in-law's. They're like some of the most godly people, and there's Psalm 112, Psalm 99, 91 all over the house. So this says, "Praise the Lord, for all who fear God and trust Him is blessed beyond expression. Yes, happy is the man who delights in doing His commands. His children shall be honored everywhere. For God's men's sons have a special heritage. He himself shall be wealthy, and his good deeds will never be forgotten." And this is a lot of what we're doing, you guys, right now, like standing up. When darkness overtakes him, light will be bursting in. He is kind and merciful, and all goes well. The generous man who conducts his business fairly. Such a man will not be overthrown by evil circumstances. God's constant care of him will make a deep impression on all who see it. He does not fear bad news, nor live in dread of what may happen, for he is settled in his mind that God will take care of him. That is why he is not afraid, but he can calmly face his foes. He gives generously to those in need. His deeds will never be forgotten. He shall have influence and honor. Amen. Okay,
Shannon and Jana have their hands raised, Susan.
perfect.
Shannon?
She said no. She's
Yeah,
she's trying to unraise. She's trying to unraise. Okay,
Oh,
Jana.
okay.
no, I think I unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to ask about, the whole shot thing. Can we use the general term shot or not at all?
We'll find out, but at this point, we don't want to compare. We don't even want to bring another product up to visibility. We just want to talk about what we can do.
Yeah, no, I get that. I guess my one thing is I was thinking because I just watched the training with Cheryl and Amber May on the, going into some of these clinics. And if you're, especially if you're going into one of those that gives the shot, I mean, you kind of going to have that conversation with them, which I know that's a little bit different having a conversation, but
Exactly. It's much different than posting on social media and what we're putting in print. So we have to
right.
differentiate
But I know that
those
some of
two.
the
I
right.
I
But I know
feel
that, on one
like
of the flyers that they put in their packet, it has the shot versus Amber May.
Yeah, so we'll have to adjust that. We're gonna have to adjust that. But when you go in and you talk to these people, maybe don't talk about the shot, but maybe talk about how we have a product that helps balance hormones, and we also have a product that blocks the GLP-1. Just use the terms that identify with that product instead of comparing it to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just
Okay, no, I
mention
get
how
that.
it's
I guess my
natural.
only Okay, yeah, no, and I think in the conversation, that's how I would do it. I guess I was thinking more of that. Because one of the flyers that you include in your packet has the picture of the shot, right?
I think it may, yeah, one of them might, yes, for sure. It has like a comparison on, because we pulled it from something that had been printed before. So we'll just have to omit that
Right.
and
So are
then
we saying
figure out
we,
something else.
okay, okay, I guess that's what I was curious about, if we just completely omit it or if we can do a generic shot picture.
I would
I
just
guess that
stay
was
away
the other
from
thing I
it.
was about.
What somebody that I'm working with
Okay.
is doing, he's going in and he's saying, hey man, you don't want to lose business, right? So for the people that don't want to do shots, we have this, because not everybody wants to do shots. You're leaving money on the table. So that's how he's presenting
Right,
it, which
exactly.
I thought was really smart.
Yeah.
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 Hey guys.
Okay, thanks.
Randy
Is
has
there a way
worked
that
in-
I could just,
sorry,
oops,
if
sorry.
I can just interject here, I apologize for interrupting. Randy was just sharing with me when everybody was sharing and had questions. He's worked in the court systems for 35 years as a court reporter. So he has some verbiage of what might be helpful if everybody can hear me. Go ahead, Randy.
Good afternoon. Yeah, basically, it's whenever you're making a claim about a product, if you simply would say, I've been on these drops for whatever your duration of time is, and as a result, I have experienced, and then whatever your experience is, less inflammation, more energy, whatever. As long as you say, I have experienced, or you say others have experienced, it's kind of limiting, and it's so it doesn't hit the bad legal points. Okay, if you follow what I'm saying here.
I just wanted to share that.
Which is already what we're doing. So it's really just bringing it back to the basics, bringing it back to the structures we're working with, bringing it back to our personal experience and those that we're working with. But that's when he says there's not as much liability is what he's saying.
Okay,
There's-
Stacy, thank you, Audrey. You're exactly right, honey. I completely agree. Stacy, what can you share, honey? And we're gonna wrap this up here in about 3 minutes.
I just wanted to make sure I haven't had an experience, a bad one with Ozempic. I don't ever say Ozempic, but I say the shot. So as long as I say it's my experience.
I just took it off twice and I can't get it. I need it just a little bit tighter.
Stacy, honey, unmute.
I have had a bad experience with Ozempic. I never used the name of the drug. I just said the shot, and it has been confirmed by the doctor. And so as long as I say I have had, this has been my experience, I'm okay. Is that correct? Am I understanding correctly?
Unmute stuff.
I'm still.
Thanks,
It-
Audrey. Yeah. As far as you're claiming, back to that First Amendment right, you're claiming that was your actual experience. And then I just wouldn't really go after and spend a lot of time on the shots. We're not here to discuss the shots. We're here to discuss what we are offering. Fine if it affects what your past experience was, but we want to focus on the shots. I mean, our products, what works, what we can say, all of that stuff, Stacy. I know your journey is your journey. Yeah. Did that
Okay.
answer your question?
Well, I just wanted to make sure, unless I need to go and take something down. So I just want to make sure.
You might want to ask Michelle Sandwell to look at your thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much, Steph. You did incredible with that. I appreciate you spending an hour and then coming back and giving us the short form and answering people's questions. So I'm going to jump over real quick and share my screen because I moved some things on boards and I want to make sure everybody knows where it is. So I've already updated the boards in the first 30-day post and the second. So the shots are out. So you're clear on that. I already fixed that while we were in the training. So when you go to Team Unstoppable boards, the social posts are now on the main screen. What I've learned is you want to keep it simple as possible for new people, and hey, for me too, like I like simple. So the social posts are now at the very top left folder. So there's your first 30-day post when you're training people. It's right there. On the top right is the text scripts. So in the text scripts, what I try to sell all drops on is what are the drops? And then 90-some% of people say, hey, how much are they? So I just click, what is the price? So I try to sell off those 2 text scripts. If I don't hear anything back, then you can see the 4th folder down on the right is ask questions but stalled on sale. So I will use that to follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up for customers, for brand partners. That's what we get paid to do. So we are totally commission based as your team grows, as you build your team, as you sell product. It's incredible retail money, but you want to take care of your customers. So once your customers pay you and you have their money, the second folder down on the right, you're going to go to after purchase instructions. It's going to link them into our Facebook community with recipes and other support. So I send them that. And I'll say, hey, let me know when you get your drops. If they pick them up at my house or I deliver them that day, then I go to the 4th folder down, customer gets drops with the heart, and I'll send them the directions on the drops and also examples of meals. I send them all, examples of all meals. So that's just an overview on the main screen of what is there. If somebody asks you for more information on the drops, I don't voluntarily send this, only if they ask. Then I go to the 3rd folder down on the left. That's Dr. Crystal, all her questions before she took the drops. And then she goes through and answers them. So it's 4 minutes and some of a doctor. And then she tells the reason why she's with this company and why the drops work for her. So if they asked ingredients, it's the third folder down on the right. This is all in text scripts. And the last thing I'm going to show you that I really use a lot in this folder is once people have a win, I've lost 5 pounds, follow up with your customers like you want to take care of them. That you go to the bottom left, the next to from the bottom, it says conversion text script save and earn. So when they say, hey, I've lost 5 pounds, then I send them, hey, excited for you to reach your goals. Like message me back. Are you a 1, 2, or 3? Do they want to reorder? Do they want to save money? Do they want to make money? If you can get your customers turning into, hey, yeah, they want to save and make money, and get them on a 7-minute Zoom with your leaders. Like, we're here to support you. Don't try to do it yourself. But as you hear us a few times, then you can go do it as well, but use your leaders. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to turn it to Susan.
Wait, Susan, I do have one request. It's come in from a couple of people. The ROI sheet, which is beautiful, that needs to be updated now that the 30.
Cheryl, have you done that? Cheryl was doing that for us. She's
Okay.
who made that, and we thank her. And Amber May, I want to thank her on the second 30 days. She like went upon herself and gave us all a second 30 days. So thanks Cheryl and Amber May for those tools.
And something we're all requesting, you guys, for anybody that's got guys on the drops, your spouses on the drops, anybody on the drops, we are asking for before and afters. We want their a quick short testimony about what happened, and we want their name. Okay. And we need to send that to me and Amber May. We need to work on doing a social media system of growth campaign for guys. So we want to get all the guys.
So Cheryl, have you got that updated for us yet? Is she on here? I thought I saw her. She's hiding. Yeah, she's on here.
Sometimes she can't talk on the Zoom. I see her sitting there looking.
Oh.
Hey, Cheryl.
Yes. I'm posting it right now.
Perfect. All right, you guys grab that so somebody can put it in boards.
Oh, thank you. I'll throw it in boards. Thank you, Cheryl. We really appreciate.
Susan, I
And
do
if
have
you're
a
on the
question.
call and you have a skill or you have something you're really good at, like, hey, we welcome you to step up, but I want to make sure you know, going back, we get paid for getting customers, getting brand partners. If you make a check this week, our weeks run Saturday to Friday, then you need production the next week. Like, you want to always be growing. I want to make sure that people. What was the
Susan,
question?
the question that I had about what Cheryl's updating on is, I know that you love 1.0. I love 2.0. So can that be placed in both? Updated. You know what I'm saying? The ROI, because I don't use 1.0 that much, usually skew to 2.0. So can that document
Well,
resource?
this is actually going to be on the main page in text scripts, like the
Okay,
top right
okay,
folder.
perfect.
So it'll be
Perfect.
outside of it won't be within. But
Okay.
Jennifer Campbell's 2.0.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so let's get to healing work. I found this is really interesting. Can you guys hear me, or am I really garbled?
You're good so far.
Okay, awesome. So me and Audrey Love, and I think Letty's on here as well, are going to do a healing session for all of us this morning. And is there any dying requests that anybody has around beliefs, any type of energies to clear? I'm going to call on a couple of people that you want to be taken care of, anything you're struggling with, whatever it is, put it in the chat. And if you would like to be a participant and be a surrogate for our group, raise your hand. Okay, if not, then we're going to call on, okay, somebody said stress. Somebody said stress. What else has anybody said? Stress. Okay. And I think we can also do some overwhelm, clear negative energy with business partners. Got it. We can do that. Hey, Shannon, do you want us to like talk directly to you or just clear that? Just, okay, perfect. We got it. All right. So I felt fear to grow and expand. I would like something around people with negative comments about our business model being a pyramid scheme. Okay. We're going to clear that energy. Clear limited beliefs in general. And then I think we need to clear around a lot of attitude. I was talking to Audrey this morning and she was talking about what happens in our body when we get a little bit of pushback on our products. You want to say anything to that, Audrey?
Yeah, so right now we're practicing being super vulnerable, right? A lot of us are kind of new to this vulnerability. We're posting, we haven't really been using our social medias and that much until this moment. So when we're vulnerable and we're open and available to these things, it can cause some nervous system restraint. So it's being able to just stand in what we know to be true, being able to stand into our authenticity when these things come up. So this is one of the really good tools for this is breath and just being able to breathe in that moment and shifting the thoughts. So when these things come in, we could do energy work, but being able to shift the thoughts around what's coming in and just having yourself a thought, like when you wake up in the morning, I know what I have to offer is of value and people want it. So, and just understanding that when they push back, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. So that's just being able to shift your thought. Don't go into the panic. Don't go into the reaction mode. Just going back to what I know. I know that what I have to offer is of value and people want it. And I'm standing in a place of integrity so that you don't have to rush to respond. You don't have to feel that push and that pressure. Take a breath. Figure out what you're going to say. Call your upline. Get some really sensitive time for yourself to be able to process that instead of moving from the stress and from the fear and simply just asking for the fear to be gone. It's super helpful. I'm at a soccer game, so I'm going to relocate so they can pay attention to the game. But this is a really good starting point. Is there anything you want to add, Sarah?
No, I think that's great. I think that's a good point. And a lot of times when you guys hear like, I got a headache, it's just not working for me, things like that. Susan Frank always says if they have a headache or if they have detox, that the toxins, when these fat cells bust open, they have to go out through the pee, the poop, or the skin. So the more water that these people drink, absolutely the better. Wylea, do you have your Kim, do you have your hand raised?
Just
I
to
was
learn.
just raising my hand when you said, would you want to participate?
Okay, got. Do you have do you have anything specifically that you are struggling with that we can clear around for the group?
I think that good. I think
Oh, I had just put in the motivation to be able to, and belief that I can move to higher levels and higher financial goals.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to muscle test, like, what's the level of consciousness for this entire group? It's on a scale of 0 to 1,000. It's like 3 something. We can go all the way up to 1,000. So I'm just going to start releasing that, and Audrey can just start releasing that energy. And Letty's around here releasing that energy, and we're just going to throw all this stuff into a beautiful container and clear it all. We're going to clear around the fear of being seen, the fear of not knowing enough. And I'm going
Fear
to
of
do this
failure.
fear of failure. I'm going to do this through all of your spine. And this was super interesting. So I'll be a little bit vulnerable here. I talked to Susan Frank last night, and Susan Frank was like, hey, girl, when you make X amount of dollars a week, you'll make $1 million a year. And I was like, oh my, like I just felt this overwhelm. I suddenly felt, oh my God, how am I ever going to have the capacity to do all that? Like all of those things, right? I think I've already went through a lot of my network. Right? Who's going to want, like, it was just ridiculous. And this morning when I talked to her, she's like, girl, what was that about? I said, I literally woke up thinking about that. Like, wow, like as we're growing, as we're doing, and that's totally a limited belief. It does not take double the amount of work. That is the beautiful thing. When people say a pyramid scheme, the beautiful thing about a pyramid is I brought in 100 people into this business and now there's 1,800. You know what I mean? Like there's not all of that work that kind of goes on all the time. So Audrey, does anything come into you around that, or Letty, either one?
So one thing that's really important here is we want to open up and be available to prosperity comes to me effortlessly. We are used to grinding. Let's get on. It was like rise and grind was the way that we did it in the last 10 years. There is something more elevated available to us. We can build business effortlessly. We also have this beautiful system of growth that we stepped into, like Susie Frank, that was absolutely amazing. So it's even more effortless. But we have some of these programmings and these limiting beliefs that maybe have come in from parents, society. You have to work hard. So what I'd like to do is open up to the possibility that this can happen. When I say effortlessly, I don't mean that we're not working. We still have time. We still have to have conversations. But when I go into a call about a potential brand partner, I don't want to have the mind frame that this is going to be hard. They're never going to buy a 30 pack. I'm going to have a challenge with Ultimate. What I want to do is I want to have this mind frame and this being and creating my reality from it is going to be effortless. This is going to be a beautiful, sacred reciprocity. And I'm going to step into this and I'm going to use my tools and this is going to be effortless. This is also, I've been in the online marketplace as a coach, spiritual coach for, on online, it's been about 12 years. And so I get my stuff to come into my inboxes, just like we're doing with the attraction marketing. I want us to also have attraction marketing. That's our physical, that's our masculine, that's what's actually doing it. But our energy can match that. And if we can match what we're doing already in the physical, we're absolutely unstoppable. So just knowing that all of your clients are going to find you anytime you feel your nervous system go, anytime you feel like I'm not doing enough, I need to do more. I'm working hard. Like, let's get back into that place of like, I can do this effortlessly. Money comes to me effortlessly. So this is a really good, juicy affirmation when we start our day in the morning. When I wake up, I have a morning practice, and Susan and I talked today. I want to get this to be more available that I can share with you guys if you feel like you want to step into something like this to continue to build your business from an energetic perspective, because money is energy. So if we have the systems in place and we're vibrating at a just as an expansive space, we're completely unstoppable by the laws of physics. It has to come in if we be it. And that's another reason why we take the drops, right? So there's all of these things at play in the physical, and then we're creating it in the energetic. So in the morning, sometimes we get up and we look at our phone and there's all these messages and we're like, oh my God, I have to rush. Take that off the table. Take that off the table about the rushing. Everything will happen in perfect timing. Everything will unfold effortlessly. Because when we're communicating with our clients and our potential brand partners and our brand partners, whether it's conscious or subconscious, they can feel where we're at. And if we're coming from desperation, if we're coming from fear, if we're coming from all those things, it doesn't support our business in the highest and best. And also, we want brand partners to be attracted to us who want to do business in this way. So what we be is what we attract. So my suggestion is in the morning, doing a little breath. If you're some of those noticeable, the overwhelm and the fear, we've been directing people to the Emotion Code Body Code on the way to clearing. This is a really simple, easy, basic way. This is the work of Dr. Bradley Nelson. Maybe we can even get a video. Maybe we can get a video with boards on some of these concepts, but just clear from your field before you move. Like, I give it up to God, the fear that I'm experiencing. I'm giving up to God, this hustle. I'd like to be in alignment. We are in alignment with our purpose, you guys. That's why this is working in this way. And then Susan Frank just backed us up with the biggest piece of security that we've ever had in our entire lives with using this growth marketing, attraction marketing. So just where are we moving from? Where do we move from? Do we move from my money flows to me effortlessly always in all ways, and so it is? Or is it I need to grind? And we can start making these reframes.
I love it. That's so true. And it's so incredible. And you look like a model, Audrey.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So what we're gonna do, you guys have put a lot of things in here, desperation, fear. There's a lot of us that have a fear of losing weight because either you don't want to be attractive to your spouse, I'm being dead serious, or you were abused as a girl, and the more attractive you look. Susan's laughing. She's like, I'm like, girl, a lot of us don't feel safe to be skinny. And Shannon's saying, yeah, right. Like, we can work, but if you have a client or a person or a friend, or if you're the girl that always is rebounding, self-sabotaging, I'm telling you, there are some reasons underneath that it is not safe to be thin. There's aspects of yourself. We're also going to program into the body. I'm confident and safe. I'm in my divine plan. I build this business effortlessly. We're clear in despair. We're clear in desperation. We're going to, let me look at this chat. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to clear all this through your spines, because all of these acupuncture points come right in alignment with the spine. And then I'm going to balance you guys all for these 15 things. I'll screen share that. And I paid over $1,500 to get this done for my family. So you're getting a freaking treat right here by being part of Team Unstoppable for sure. I'm a magnet for abundance and prosperity. Wealth flows to me effortlessly. I deserve financial success and abundance. My mindset attracts unlimited opportunities. I'm open to receive in abundance in all forms and frequently. Money comes to me effortlessly and frequently. I am worthy of a prosperous life. Abundance is my natural state of being. I attract financial opportunities every day. My wealth is constantly expanding. I'm aligned with the energy of abundance. Prosperity surrounds me in all that I do. I release all barriers to my financial success. My income is growing higher and higher. I embrace and enjoy the prosperity. All right. Okay. Oh, somebody said, I'll be honest. I think a lot about being too old to be as successful as you young pups. Perfect. We're gonna clear around that. Age is only a number. I am not restricted by my age, whether young or old. Okay, I got chills everywhere. We got a lot of energy around that right now. Okay, perfect. We've got daughters coming in here. We've got animals coming in here. Let me share my screen real quick. So you guys that are in states of reaction, because we're kind of an autoimmune group here, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to clear around these things. BBF, I'm clearing all around your nervous systems, your brains, your spinal cord. Egg mix, that represents proteins that your body could be reacting to. Calcium mixes, vitamin C mixes, vitamin mixes, sugar, iron, vitamin A, mineral mix. Letty, I want you to test around this for us. Minerals mix, salt mix, grain mix, yeast mix, acid base, hormones, your B complex. Letty, on a scale of 0 to 10, how balanced do you get that the group is, the group as a whole to those 15 things?
70%.
70%. Okay, so we're going to throw all of that in a beautiful container. So I want you guys to all close your eyes, and everybody's going to imagine holding those 15 things I just read out to you, kind of like it's the energy or the frequency and all these beliefs that we want to upgrade ourselves to, and all the low vibrational ones of you can't do it, you don't have what it takes, oh my gosh, this is too much, oh now I'm scared to get in trouble, all the things. Okay, and everybody, I'm going to direct you what I need you to do. And on the count of 3, what I want everybody to do is I'm going to just be clearing around and resetting your nervous system and your spine. So everybody, on the count of 3, you're going to take a deep breath in. Everybody hold it. And breathe out, and then hold it. And pant like a dog, like you're in a fight or flight state. Pant like a dog. Everybody pant. Okay, and everybody breathe normal. We're just going to have you breathe normal. Okay, now I'm going to start clearing all these emotional points that are on your back, just releasing all of that energy. And I feel like I actually need to do that 3 times. So let me just keep clearing all of those. Okay, and now I'm going to activate these acupuncture points on your body. So we're detoxing the liver, the small
30 minutes, please. This is your 30-minute call. 30 minutes.
And everything that's that's
Susan,
perfect. All right, Letty, you want to test and see what percentage of it cleared? Do I need to activate it again, or did it go?
91%.
Okay. All right. So let me ask, this is a big group of people. This is a big group of people. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else underneath that? Do I just need to do it again? I just need to do it again. On the count of 3, everybody hold your breath in. And breathe in, hold your breath out. And Stephanie's like, everybody pant like a dog. Here's Cosmo. Pant like a dog. And breathe normal. Okay, and then I'm just going to do these emotional points again for you. And now I'm going to activate these other points, and I'm just going to ask God, I need to run that through your bodies 22 times. There's so many like younger teenage kids that I see around in this clearing. Okay, all right, Letty, you want to ask now?
Yeah, it's cleared from 98. There's a couple people that it hasn't cleared from. And it may just be people that are new to energy healing that are going, what the heck is she doing?
Perfect. All right, that sounds good. All right,
And
so
y'all can do this in your privacy. If y'all want to do that breath that we just did and you're not feeling comfortable doing it on the phone when we get off, just do it again. Probably do it 2 times. For those of you who weren't even comfortable to do it live, you can do it in your privacy, and that should go for.
Perfect. So let's just energetically test, you guys. It is safe for me to lose weight. Does the group feel that that's accurate? Yes. What percentage felt that was accurate before? 0, 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, low. So there's a lot of us hanging on to this, not feeling safe. Okay, I'm confident and safe. Okay, as a team, we believe that. All right, guys, that's kind of what I have for you with regards. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Letty. Thank you, everybody, for supporting and holding this space for us. And yeah, you guys let me know of your shifts over the week. Like I've had people that they suddenly feel energetic, they had allergies, they no longer have allergies, like really cool stuff. Or if you just feel okay, I feel calm, I feel, a sense of peace, whatever it is. Anything else?
I would like to share, if y'all are kind of in this space and you know there's stuff limiting, but you're not really sure and you can't put your finger on it, do yourself a brain dump. Sit down and just think about those two major things, building business and then losing weight, and like really just let yourself go, write it. And then we'll have a better idea of how we can suggest or how you can work with what's going on in there. Because sometimes when we start this stuff, we don't have access to it and we have to start creating this relationship with our subconscious mind. So you're
What
not broken.
what do you recommend that them, around losing weight and diet? I know we've done a lot of journaling work before, Audrey, and it would be like,
Well,
in order to lose weight, I must be on a diet, or
right.
you know what I mean?
And
All
we
the
can
weird
do individually, but what I really do for most of my clients and for myself and what has changed my life is getting off this mentality that because we're choosing certain foods, that it's a diet or restriction. So that's one track. That's never going to lead you to freedom in my personal perspective. What we need to do is I am choosing the foods that are going to cultivate an environment in my body to balance, heal, and release what no longer serves me. Because as long as we're feeling restricted, it's going to be the push and pull. But if we're choosing from a place of empowerment because we love ourselves, not because we don't love ourselves. This is really, really big, you guys. We are choosing this because we love ourselves and we love our families. It is not about restriction. This is not a restriction place, but we're so used to this old way of being restriction and having to force and not being able to do what we want to do. So, and now our company has really blessed us up with the Sugar Stop. So this is another place where, as we're moving and we feel more comfortable, use that as a tool and just be aware of where your wiggles are. There's many years where I felt like I was in that alignment, but I was lying to myself because behind closed doors, I was feeling the restriction. I was having these conversations with myself. And so if you start really journaling on this every day to really let truth come to the table, it's okay if you're a rep and you're selling this and you're still struggling. That is okay. To be able to get past that, we just need a little bit more attention on what's going on inside so that we can get on the right train. You cannot be on the healing train and the toxic diet train at the same time. Like it's too much. It like shorts out the system. And so it's just up and down and up and down and up and down. So if we can refocus, and here's the thing, we can do a lot of energy work of it, but these programs have been running for so long that we actually need to change the brain chemistry around it. And how we do that is with our new thoughts. So instead of saying, oh, I can't have that, I can't have that, I can't have that, that's killing us. We don't want to use that phrase ever in our organization. I choose healthy meats, fruits, and vegetables that serve me to the highest. I choose God's food. God didn't make no boxes, y'all. God didn't put no boxes on this planet. You know what I mean? Everything that's money in the way, that's a whole nother topic. But the point is, I choose this for myself. When we are, and it may not be 100% every day, but every day if we wake up and we say, I love myself, I am choosing this because I love myself. And you might be coming to a realization right now in this moment that you're like, dang, I've really been doing this because I want to be skinny. And that's totally fine. That is totally appropriate, but it's not going to fuel you. You will not catapult in these next levels of healing and wellness if you're restricting yourself by these like damaging toxic cycles. So when you feel yourself, I can't have that. Oh, I can't do this. Da 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 da. When we see social equating to food, like this is a lot of years of work, but I'm trying to get you guys the key points and reach out to me. There's things that we can do. There's ways I can help you. I'm not trying to promote myself, but if there's really deep things that we need to do sessions on, there are many of us in this group that work sessions on this, but I can help you even just a couple minutes a day to get you on track, give you a journal prompt, do something like this. so that we can start doing this. And this product is changing the world. And you guys, if we can get into alignment with loving ourselves and doing this because we love ourselves, like this is power beyond. I'm sorry.
And I
I'm getting a
guess
little
I
excited.
should just tell a little bit of a testimony. Audrey has gained and lost over 100 pounds, 3 different times. About a year ago,
I've
we started
I've
working
gained and lost
hormones.
over between 50 and 100 pounds 6 times. And my last time I did have some skin to remove. And what happened was I had a surgery, had some skin removed because of that. And I just started going up because I realized I didn't totally, first of all, I wasn't imbalanced because I didn't have this product. And second of all, I realized all the little places. But sorry, go ahead, Susan. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. And a year ago or so, we started on just working on the hormones in general and how much the hormones do play a role in this, you guys. Beautiful Saturday morning meeting. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you to everyone. And we will see you guys soon. Monday nights, every Monday night on our boards app, there's a work from home presentation. A call at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. Load that up. If you need one-on-ones, just reach out to us. And we'll probably schedule a couple this week like we did last week as well. But you guys are amazing. You're freaking winners. Like, we're the fastest growing team in the world. Like, congratulate yourself. Y'all are all working hard. You're helping so many people. I'm so proud of each one of you, and I'm so honored to be on this journey with each one of you guys. It's truly remarkable. Love you to pieces, and go knock 'em dead this week.
Love you. Bye.
you,
Thanks,
bye.
Stephanie,
See
for
ya.
doing all that work for us.
Thanks, Steph. You're amazing. Bye,
Thank
honey.
you, everybody. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, Barb. See
Love
ya.
you all.
Love you all.
Love you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Love you, Susan Frank.
Bye, Susan.
Back to the soccer field.
Bye,
I
girl.
hear you.
Thank
Enjoy.
You can do it from anywhere. We can do it from anywhere.
Amen to that, girl.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Y'all are awesome. I'm excited for you. Bye.